Come with me on a month-long solo campervan trip around New Zealand's South Island, Part 1. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a full-time solo female traveller. I'm from New Zealand, but I normally spend 9 to 10 months a year out of the country trying to chase the sun. But this year, I decided to hang around for winter to road trip the beautiful South Island with Vincent van Gogh, who is a van, not a man. And I'll be sharing all my adventures and misadventures on here. Classic me, I left packing to the very last minute, but it was so good to not be limited to a 23 kg suitcase like I normally am. I drove down to Wellington and got a powered site at the Top 10 Holiday Park, or 55 NZD. This is the closest campground to the ferry terminal because the next morning I was catching the 8 AM Blue Bridge ferry over to the South Island. This was the Livia, which is the newest ship to join Blue Bridge's fleet. I had a quick look around the ship's cafe, chill out zones, movie room and outdoor areas, and then I checked into my private cabin. This is the most comfortable way to cross the Cook Strait, especially as a solo traveller, because I can leave all my bags in the room while I popped in and out to take photos. And believe me, you will want to be outside taking photos. Twin cabins start from 60 NZD and they also have family cabins and dog-friendly cabins too. 3.5 hours later, we arrived in Picton, which is the gateway to the Marlborough Sounds and wine region. I'm going to be swinging back up to Marlborough later in the trip, but for now I just hit the road to head south. I didn't have anywhere booked to park up for the night, I was just winging it. This was in August though, which is the low season for pretty much all of New Zealand apart from the ski fields, so I knew I'd be able to find a holiday park last minute if I needed to. The drive down the east coast is so stunning, especially coming into Kaikoura where the mountains meet the sea. I pulled over to make some dinner and watch the sunset here, but I'm coming back here on the way back up, so for now I just continued an hour to the cheapest campground I could find in the area, which was Cheviot Campground and Cabins, and I paid $25 for a powered site. After a couple of long driving days though, the real adventures were about to start, beginning with a night off the grid in a glass eco cabin called a Pure Pod. This is one of the coolest accommodation experiences in New Zealand. These Pure Pods are scattered all over the country, completely secluded on backcountry farms, with glass walls and a glass ceiling for uninterrupted views and stargazing. I stayed at the Pōhui Pod in Port Levy, about an hour from Christchurch out on the Banks Peninsula. From the car park, it was a 10 to 15 minute walk through farmland to reach my pod with spectacular views along the way and a lot of sheep before arriving at my home for the night, just in time for a magical sunset. Each pod has a gas stove, barbecue and kettle, but I booked the food hamper add-on to avoid having to carry too much stuff, so I arrived to a fridge full of food, raising platter of meats, cheeses and dips, a 3-course dinner and breakfast supplies as well. I had really hoped for clear skies overnight, but unfortunately I wasn't in luck, but I did wake up to a glorious sunrise, which I'll show you more about tomorrow.